It's time to open up our unsolved case file, and we do this every night during this hour, and we do it because there are cases where justice has not been found and justice has not been delivered, and you may be able to help. I've posted these stories on social media. Please share them so the images and the phone numbers and everything get out there, because someone knows something in all these cases, especially this one tonight, involving a senseless murder of a young man who served his country as a Marine, came back home and wanted to continue that service as a member of law enforcement, and was working a security job and was killed. And the killer's caught on camera. But we're sitting here tonight and still no justice for the family. Our great affiliate, Denver 7, has more for us tonight on who killed Travis Mason.
On this Memorial Day, a father who served in the Army honors the memory of his son, Travis Mason.
Very proud. He was serving our country.
24-year-old Mason served 3 years in the Marine Corps, but his service was far from over.
He wanted to be a police officer.
He wanted to continue serving his community, not just his country, but his community.
To help people and save people and be there for the community.
The Marine veteran lived to serve and protect. Travis, a husband and father of 3, took a security job at Green Heart Dispensary in Aurora to provide for his family while he pursued his dream. He was on the job 2 weeks when he was shot and killed during a robbery, just days before Father's Day.
At first, I didn't want to believe it. He just came and shot.
Police released these 2 pictures of the suspects, completely covered, leaving the dispensary the night Mason was murdered. Crime Stoppers is offering a $55,000 reward for his killers.
What message do you want to send to that killer?
Come forward and help us get through this hard time in our lives. It's been 4 years and it's been hard every day.
Travis's dad started a Facebook page, Justice for Travis Mason, and is begging anyone with information to contact Crime Stoppers. It won't bring back his son or the father and husband that was taken, but it'll bring closure to a family tormented by his death.
They have pictures. You can see the pictures. And whoever knows the killer can recognize him from that picture, needs to come forward. Here's the number to call, okay? 720-913-7867. That's the Metro Denver Crime Stoppers. And as you heard, there's even a reward. I mean, if doing the right thing isn't enough of a reason, there's also a reward. Please, if you know anything, come forward now. Joining us tonight is Travis's mom. Priscilla Dominguez is joining us, along with private investigator Petty Tarani is with us as well. Thank you both for being here. Priscilla, our condolences to you, your family. This is difficult. I know it's not easy for you to speak about it, but I'm glad you're doing it, because the more that we shine a light on this case and keep a spotlight on it, I think the better chances are that we can get some level of justice here. Let's start. He's a father of 3. How are the grandkids doing?
Oh, it's tough. They're suffering. They miss their dad. And, he got killed right before their birthday. So that makes it even more difficult. It was bad enough it was Father's Day, but their birthday as well. And it's just horrible. I mean, I just keep praying that they won't forget him, but they were so small and they have to grow up with just pictures and hearing stories. But they're doing about as good as they could be doing right now.
How are you?
Same. I'm struggling. I moved away from the area because I couldn't take driving by there all the time, and they're not being justice. I always wondered. I looked around and would wonder, could I be standing next to the people that did this? I don't know, but I couldn't handle it anymore. So I moved away. I moved to Florida, but ultimately you can't hide from it. It's there. It's in the back of my head all day long, every day. Yesterday was his birthday.
Oh,
He would have been 29. And it's days like that that are so difficult to get through. But more than anything, I know that those two guys, somebody knows something. Somebody should be able to recognize their clothes, something, anything, or maybe they bragged about it by now because it's been so long and they pretty much got away with it. I don't know. But I just want some justice. I want some closure.
absolutely. Patty, let me talk to you about, we've got pictures.
Absolutely.
We've got pictures. I mean, to me, that is huge. Obviously, we can't see the faces, but there are so many clues in those pictures alone that if someone, is a friend, a girlfriend, even a relative, they would recognize the
Right.
people from that.
Absolutely. Like condolences to Priscilla. Like she said, there's the hoodies there has HCO written right on it. The other guy's wearing burgundy Converse. Someone knows something. And like you mentioned earlier, Vinny, there's a $55,000 reward. Even if they don't want to come do the right thing, at least come forward for the reward. Somebody knows something, and to bring the justice for Travis and his family and his kids. I mean, he served our country in the Marines, and then to come home to get killed by uh, an American here. I mean, that's just that's very, very tragic.
Now, Patty, I know you live close by where this took place. I mean, I'm shocked that we don't have traffic cameras, perhaps, license plate readers, or surveillance video that would have seen if they
Right.
got into a car and drove away, that would give us a little bit more to go on here.
Right. So there's a gas station right to the west of the Greenheart, and I pass by Greenheart twice a day, every day. Once going to the office and once coming back home. Our office is about a mile from there, and a lot of our staff live within the area. So there is a gas station on the west side, and there's a couple other businesses on the east side. And I'm hoping that the Aurora Police Department, they're a fantastic force here, but I'm hoping that they did get all the videos, surveillance from those businesses to see if they seen a vehicle or if they seen how did they get to Greenheart, Um, but someone has to know something out there, and they need to come forward to give this family the justice that they deserve, and the three kids the justice they deserve.
Absolutely. Priscilla, I will say this. I've been doing this a long time. I've covered a lot of stories, but we covered a story tonight. And one of the things that gives me hope about this case is that there's two of them. Okay? There's two of them. And
Right.
we know the level of their moral character, and we understand. So we did another story tonight involving two men who were allegedly involved in the death and disposal of a woman. It took 12 years, but one of the two came forward. Didn't take the whole rap, but came forward and put the pieces together, and we're waiting for that trial to happen. So it can happen. So I think the fact that there's two is hopeful here. Priscilla,
Right.
for people who have not been in your shoes, try to explain to them, because someone watching right now may know something. Try to explain to them what it's like for you, losing your son who was a hero, losing a man who has three beautiful children, a man who will not be able to raise those children, what it means that you've lost that forever, they've lost that forever, and you don't even have a sense of justice tonight.
There is no way to explain that. It's horrible. I mean, I see young fathers with their kids, and I know that my son isn't here. He doesn't get to raise his kids. And there are two cowards out there that took his life, and are they walking around? Do they have kids? Do they get to spend time with their family? My son doesn't. my grandkids don't get to have their dad for anything ever. You know, all they see is his picture on the wall, and that's it. And the pain, the agony that I feel every day, no matter what. Like I said, moving far away doesn't help. It's still there. I can't hide from it. And just knowing that they're out there. They're roaming around, probably getting into more trouble. I don't know, but it's just like a knife through the heart. That's all I can say. It's excruciating.
Patty, I think Priscilla described them well, cowards, but they're also
Absolutely.
very likely going to get in trouble for something else. And if one of them gets in trouble and is facing some serious charges, this becomes a way to get a bargaining chip, unfortunately, right? But in some sense, I think it does give us hope that if someone who knows something doesn't come forward, one of these two eventually may have to admit what they did.
Absolutely. And Vinnie, I just want to add one more thing. Our firm, Colorado State Investigations, is going to offer another $5,000 reward to bring it up to $60,000. And that should entice somebody to come forward and say something just to get these killers off the street.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Petty, well done. Well done. $60,000 now. Someone knows something. Again, you can share this story on Facebook. Petty Tarani, thank you so much. Priscilla,
no problem.
Our thoughts, prayers are with you, your family, those 3 grandchildren. And we're not one and done here on Closing Arguments. We'll stay on the story. We will do it and do it again until there is justice. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vinnie.